If you have any questions as we're going along, feel free to ask, and let's get on down the trail. Now, the cost to ride this trolley was, if you went from Gilbert all the way to Hibbing, it would have cost you 50 cents. The lesser the distance you travel, the lesser the cost. And the trolleys ran from 6 in the morning till midnight, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, the Pillsbury mine, which is one of the first mines to start here, the Pillsbury mine started shipping ore in 1898, and it was owned by John Pillsbury. Now, John Pillsbury is the same Pillsbury that owns Pillsbury Baking. He started his business in St. Anthony Falls, Minnesota, in the flour business, but he came up here in the 1870s, and during that time, he bought 10,000 acres of land up here. That was before iron ore was discovered, so you got to ask him, when did you buy 10,000 acres of land up here? And that was for timber. This timber was our first big industry up here. And our rail cars standing here are showing how a loading pocket would work. Because most of the iron ore was dug out of the ground, it was ready to ship down to Duluth. It was dumped into a loading pocket by our truck there, and that's a 35-ton Euclid. And then it was elevated up and used to fill those ore cars, and then it would be sent to Duluth and then loaded on ships and shipped out east to the steel mills. The shovel that you see out there is a 6-yard dipper shovel that's electric powered. Today's shovels that they use for taconite, although have 40 to 48-yard buckets, so they will dwarf the size of this shovel. Most locations did have a boarding house because our workforce were immigrants from 43 different nationalities, mostly European, and most of them were bachelors. So all they really needed for a place to stay, because they didn't have much for belongings, was a boarding house. They could stay in a boarding house for $2.50 a week, and the ladies in the boarding house would fix them 3 meals a day, pack their lunch for work, and do their laundry. So you wonder, what's the catch with the cheap living? Well, each room was quite small in size and had one bed, and into that room they assigned 3 miners, all working different shifts at the mine. So what you're looking at here is a man-made valley. Back in 1900, this was a relatively flat piece of ground, and all Mother Nature did was put the hematite in here, and as we mined it out, we created this scenic valley that you're looking at that's 2 miles long and 3/4 of a mile wide. And the water out there is 200 to 300 feet deep. So on behalf of Laura and myself, as we come back to the entrance, we want to thank you for riding with us. Hope you learned a little Iron Range history on our tour today, and we'll enjoy the rest of your visit here at the Discovery Center.